Hey, this is Mike. Thank you so much for choosing this video. I am in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and I'm visiting Sparks Toyota. And today I'm really proud to show off a 2017 Toyota Camry SE. Now this is the very first one they've got in, so hopefully you'll be able to get this information before anybody else. So I'm going to go through the entire vehicle and show you every little detail I possibly can. So let's go ahead and check it out. The 17-inch alloy wheels here on the side have been painted a gray to match the vehicle, and it looks really nice. They have a really nice design that accents the vehicle well without being too flashy or showy. Now this vehicle has four-wheel disc brakes with ventilated disc brakes in the front and solid disc brakes in the back. The name of this color is Pre-Dawn Gray Mica, which is a very interesting name, and it looks awesome. It's like a granite gray. Very impressive, especially with the matching wheels. And then you have the gloss black center grille there with the chrome accent. And the headlights are a projector low beam powered by halogen bulbs and a reflector system for the high beams. The high beams also serve for daytime running lights. Then you have your turn signals there at the bottom. So this is what the key looks like. It's just basically a key fob on the end of a key, and you have the lock and unlock buttons there, panic button, and the ability to open up your trunk. Let's take a look on the inside, starting with the passenger door. It's all black interior, soft to the touch surfaces here and here, all around your arm. Then you have that metallic accent, bottle holder, and storage compartment there. There's your threshold, and check out those seats with the red stitching. And it has a combination of cloth and Softex, which is a synthetic leather, which is really high quality seating material. Very comfortable, slight bolstering, but not too intrusive. With the French design as far as the stitching in red, which looks great. You also have some stitching there on the dash. A metallic accent. You have a lockable glove compartment that's massive. It's all smooth plastic on the inside, and it's more like a shelf. It's not a kind of a traditional glove compartment where it goes down. It goes straight back, so you can rest stuff in there well. You also have the little compartment to change your cabin air filters right here inside the vehicle, so you don't have to search underneath the hood for those. Before we go too much further, I want to show you the window sticker. So you can use the pause button and get as much information as you want off of it. Okay, the inside of the back interior. So here's the back door. You have soft to the touch surfaces here and here. Cup holders at the bottom, or bottle holders I should say, and storage compartments. There's your threshold, Softex, and mesh. Kind of like a, not mesh, but a little bit of a textured cloth seating material. You have a center armrest with cup holders, which gets out of the way in case you need a center passenger. And check it out, you have just a slight hump there in the center, so it's not a big deal for your center passenger as far as their leg room. Storage compartment there. You do have the latch system for car seats. ISOFIX is what some people call them. You have some lights back here. The car seat anchors are behind the seats as well. Let's take a look at the back of the vehicle. You have a single exhaust with the chrome tip. Help to get the vehicle breathing good. Okay, so back here you have a backup camera kind of hidden under here. So to open up the trunk here, you can use the key, or there's a button on the inside of the vehicle, but let's go ahead and use the key. We'll push and hold it. Pops open, and it almost opens all the way, which is good. Let's go ahead and lift it up the rest of the way. You have the carpeted interior on the lid there. Okay, so your trunk is massive. Look at that. It goes all the way to the side. Pretty deep there on the right side as well. You also have the ability to fold down the seats in a 60-40 split fashion, so you can have a combination of cargo and passenger space if you need it. Under here, this little latch right here, you lift it up and you can hook it like so. so that way it gets out of your way. And this is where you'll find a little bit more storage compartment, as well as your tire, your spare tire and tools. You also have a matching deck lid spoiler here, matching color. It's looking pretty good without being too tacky or cheesy. Your fuel door is lockable, and it's here on the driver's side, which is very convenient. And you have the cap there with a little tether so you don't lose it, and a place to hang your cap as well. Let's go ahead and start it up. Here's the floorboard in front of the driver's seat. You can see it has plenty of leg room. You also have a floor mat that hooks in place so it doesn't slide around on you. You have a foot actuated parking brake. There's your accelerator and brake pedals, and a place to put your left foot right here, which is very comfortable and a must-have for me. So let's go ahead and take a look under the hood. Okay, so to open the hood, there's a little latch a little bit to the right of center. Just reach in there, lift it up, and you lift it up and it goes up by itself after you lift it up a few inches. And check it out. You actually can see engine. It's not completely covered in plastic like some engines are. I actually see some metal there. So it's a 2.5 liter 4-cylinder with 178 horsepower. It has a VVT, intelligent VVT system that gives you the sipping gas mileage with the power when you need it. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at the driver's side door. It's just like the other side, except for it has a few more buttons. You have a little puddle light there at the bottom. Your power window controls, door lock controls, and side mirror controls are there. So let's go ahead and roll down the window. Take a look at, see how fast it goes up and down. It's pretty good. Here's your power adjustments for your driver's seat. You have lumbar support adjustment as well. Really like these seats. They look great. So right in here you have your traction control button to turn it off if you need to spin tires or something like that. It's typically if you only used if you're stuck in the mud or snow or something. You have a little storage compartment here to put some change. And you have a tilt and a telescoping steering column. You lock it in place with this little lever under here. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at the inside. Very comfortable vehicle and just overall designed well. And I have plenty of legroom. I can actually put my legs completely straight out. And then the knee room is good. I can go all over the place. So very comfortable there. So let's take a look at the steering wheel. You can see it has that red stitching on the inside of a leather wrap steering wheel with that leather texturing that feels really high quality. Then you have the bolsters there, kind of give you an extra grip. Alright, so we have some buttons here on the steering wheel. Here on the left side is your volume for your radio, up and down. You can cycle through your presets for your radio and then change through the radio stations going this way and then make selections with the center button. And then the mode is like cycling through AM, FM, Bluetooth, different audio sources, and then you can go back at a certain screens here. Here on the right side you have your Bluetooth phone controls. You can answer calls and hang up on calls here, and then you have your voice recognition for making calls just using your voice, which is really handy. These buttons correspond with this screen between the gauges, which we'll get to in just a minute. Now you do have paddle shifters on the back of the steering wheel, plus and minus there, so you can cycle through the gear ratios if you want to. Here on the right side is your windshield wiper controls. On the left side is your headlight controls, and you do have an automatic feature as well as a daytime running light off position. There's your parking lights and then your headlights. So here's your gauges. You have your RPMs on the left as well as your engine coolant temperature down here. On the right side is your speedometer and your gas gauge. But right here in the center You can see it's a really hot day. You see the outside temperature is 100 degrees, really hot. But you have the screen here, which gives you a digital speedometer, but it also gives you more information. So I'm going to use these buttons here. This button will cycle through the folders at the top, and this will cycle through the different options in each folder. Okay, so right now I'm just going to cycle through the folders at the top. See the tabs there? Yeah, information, messages will be there, and then you have the settings. So I'm going to go right here in the information. You notice there's a scroll bar there. So I'm going to scroll down. Average fuel economy, of course that's not accurate at the moment. The vehicle hasn't been driven yet. Scrolling down now, trip distance, time elapsed in that trip, and then your tire pressures will be shown once the vehicle is driving, and then a blank screen, and then it scrolls back to your digital speedometer. And then you also have distance to empty, which is always handy. Going over here to the stored messages, if this is where it's it'll tell you if there's a tire low or if it's time to change the oil, that kind of thing. And then you have all kinds of different settings here that you can go into. Okay, so there's the quick rundown on that little screen there. Here's your radio, touchscreen radio. You can choose what you want directly on the screen, like so. You also have different audio sources. So I push audio, I can choose AM, FM. Has a CD player, USB, Bluetooth, and auxiliary inputs here. Lots of ways of playing music through the sound system. And then your audio screen is here with your presets here on the left side, and then you kind of see what's playing there, and you can adjust your sound. Now if I go over here to car, this is like a trip computer. It give you average speed, elapsed time, your range, and your current, and your fuel economy there at the bottom. You can always clear it if you want to. Setup, this is where you see your icons for your general settings here. Voice settings, your display, you can set that up, your Bluetooth, you can pair phones, your audio, and then your vehicle here, vehicle customization, door lock settings, and light settings, like say if you want the horn to beep or something, or you want the vehicle to beep when you lock the doors, that kind of thing. You can always turn the screen off if this is just distracting you, like so. You can always push a button, it'll turn right back on. Here on the right side you can seek through your tracks on your radio, and then you also have a phone button here as well, and you have your traditional volume and tune through the stations knob there as well. Climate controls down here. Here's your four-way flashers, but your climate control, your fan speed, your temperature, where you want the air to blow, front and rear defrosters, as well as your heated side mirrors, and then your air conditioning. You have a pretty good sized storage compartment. I mean, really good size. And put your put a big phone or anything you want there. Let's see if I can get you a little bit better view. There we go. You can see how far it goes back. Okay, so there you have a power supply. You also have a Bluetooth. You have the USB and auxiliary inputs here. Easy to get to, and also you can put your phone in there and charge it, and you can close this up and it stays in there if you want to, or you have this little pass through for your wires to go through in and out of the compartment with the door closed. And here's your cup holders, and has these little articulated things to keep your cups from wobbling around. So here's your shifter. Let's go ahead and put it in reverse so we can see what the backup camera looks like. There's neutral, there's drive, you have a sport mode, and then of course you can cycle through the gear ratios by bumping it or using the paddle shifters, and then you have this, it'll tell you what gear you're in when you start changing gears. So that's pretty cool. There's a storage pocket here. Now your armrest will slide forward and back like so, and it's pretty good size. You can share it with your passenger, I suppose. Has some cushion to it. Of course it lifts up. That way you have some storage compartment in here. Pretty good size too. And a 12-volt power supply. So that's pretty awesome. Of course there's going to be like a junk drawer in your vehicle, so you have to watch out and don't overclutter it. Okay, you have a manual day and night mode here on the rear view mirror. Your visors have mirrors with lights in them that turn on when you open it up. Place to put your shades are here, and man, that's a pretty good size. You can put some really big shades in there, I think. And then you have some tap lights. You can turn on the lights with the door, or you can turn them all on with that button. And these two buttons here are for your sunroof. So your sunroof has a shade that blocks 100% of the light. You can open it up. You can tilt up the sunroof, or you can open it up. Push it again, it goes a little bit further back. And on a hot day like today, I just like to keep the sun off of me so I can close the shade. Let's take a look at the visibility in the back. Not too bad. Those C-pillars are a little wide, but you can see around them okay. The headrests don't get really in the way too much. Alright, so there you have it, 2017 Toyota Camry SE. Really like the red stitching, the black interior, the leather trim seats, or the leatherette, I should say. It's not real leather, but probably better than real leather in many ways. Okay, so thank you for watching, and thank you to Sparks Toyota here in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, for allowing me to show off an awesome vehicle, and I'll see you guys next time.